everybody. Again, I try to keep track of the comments, but I'm not real good at it yet. Guys, I just did the most amazing thing. I have decided to do some shadow work on myself. So I ordered some past life cards because I don't know about you, but all the issues we have in life, and some of them repeat themselves, and I'm constantly tested, and I'm done with it. So I want to find out what's going on and how to stop it. Okay. So, all right. One of my issues has been about making money. Making money is, I've always felt guilty about helping people and making money. And I believe that it's started to limit my income. Now, I am um, one quarter Cherokee Indian. My grandmother was full blood. She, as far as we got back as her history, she passed away. That she was at the end of the Trail of Tears. She was orphaned, but her sister, who was a couple years older than her, who I never met, taught her about her heritage. But let's get started here, and I want to show you how this is amazing. Okay, I pulled some random cards. I asked the question, what in my past life was I that is causing me to have issues now? Financial issues, emotional issues, picking the wrong men, you know, uh, and I know that part of that resonates in today, but why did I come to Earth? Why did I come to Earth again with these same issues? And why have I repeated myself? Why am I so stubborn and I hadn't learned? I'm pretty sure I've learned now, but I'm like 49 years old now. So how can I prevent this from happening again? So first thing was financial. So what was I? The very first thing, what was I in a past life that could inhibit my ability to make money? Medicine woman came up. Okay, this is significant to me because my grandmother was Cherokee Indian. We believe in natural medicine. She did teach me a lot of what she knows. But we do not call ourselves medicine men or medicine women. And our uh, tradition is basically to protect us from having scammers say that they're us, we don't share information outside of our tribes and a lot of times outside of our family. We who actually gave us the medicine man, woman, and shaman were people who came and wanted to get information from us, but they were only able to observe and they wanted to put a name to it. Um, Basically, that the fact that we didn't share our information with outsiders, um, in the modern world, a lot of my ancestors, a lot of my elders still believe that, there's scams out there and we don't want to be a part of that. So if we just don't share the information that we know, we can just say, hey, we know that's a scam because we didn't share it. We also did not charge money for our services, and you had to know someone who knew us personally that would vouch for you. That's if we took an outsider, we could still deny an outsider for treatment. There's a second block. That's why I'm feeling guilty about making money doing this because we did it for, okay, how we lived. Okay, money is a modern thing. People would give us sheep, they would give us things to live from, they would make us bear skin blankets and rugs and things like that. Okay, so we had our needs met. Give us horses, that we had all our needs met. It doesn't work in the modern world. So I needed that. Those are things that I needed to let go. Okay. Okay. The next one I got was Greco Roman. I have always had a fascination with the Romans. Not very happy that they were pretty much, they chose who you could marry. And depending upon the family, if you were a rich family, it would only be another rich family. It wasn't really for love. But I felt like I was a very strong person back then. I felt like I fought a lot. Okay. The women were not allowed to vote, and the men were the head of the households. And like literally everything you did, there were rules that from the outsiders that you had to live by, but people did personalize it inside their home. I've always been a free spirit. I've never liked to be restricted by anybody else's rules. And of course, being a woman, we didn't really make what you call money. Okay. Then this is interesting, and I'll tell you why. This came up. This means that I was the opposite sex I am in most of my lifetimes. Okay. In other words, I was a male. Not that I don't feel like a female or anything. I'm like a princess. But it makes a lot of sense why I don't really get along with a lot of women. I find them catty and, well, you know what I mean. They'll fight over anything. So I don't like the catty gossipy stuff, and I kind of see things in a kind of literal manner. So and also being a woman, this could be my first time and first lifetime being a woman. That means also that in the past from the past lifetimes to now, I am learning. Hey, Umi. Hey, India. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name right. I'm really trying to do this. So that made sense. If in past lifetimes, it made sense to me because I just don't get along with women. Let's just say that. Okay. So the last thing that I picked up was for the last lifetime, and we've had many, was that I was in the arts. Well, I can draw. I can write. As a matter of fact, I used to own a creative card business. It came very naturally to me. It still does. It is all linked to my emotions. So that makes sense. And everybody knows pretty much artists until they die or don't really make much money, the starving artists. So all those reasons, for one reason or another, that I am having trouble and feeling guilty about making money. Really, all the things that I did in my life were I couldn't, or it was the way society was, traditions. Okay. My next question that I asked from my past lifetime was, okay, I have trouble in relationships. I'm a very giving person, and I've had a lot of relationships that have been one-sided. So what the heck is that? Let's not go through that again, I said. So what was it? I pulled up in a past lifetime, I was a spouse. And that in this lifetime, I had the same spouse and they hurt me. Okay. Now, look, I loved Rick. Rick passed away last April 26th, but he was trouble. Okay. He was a mess and a half. Yeah. He was a mess and a half. Okay. Apparently, in the last lifetime, we must have because the feelings are so. You're right. You're right, Kayenda. The feelings were so intense. We're spiritually connected. So in this time, last time, we always wanted to be together. So even though he was a troubled man who had issues, I'll tell you guys that story later. If he were alive today, I would take him back. So there's my problem. See, right there is my problem. Right there is my problem. Because of that spiritual feeling that I had, that intense love for him. So what I said in all these, for these where I didn't make money, is I said, okay, I release any of the things from any of the lifetimes that I had that do not serve me in the modern world. Okay. So any of the vows, any of the ways I live my life, if it didn't serve me then, I release it. I don't want it anymore. And what this book said is you'll feel like you can feel emotional, or you can feel like you have the shakes and stuff. And this is like you releasing. And even after you do this, you may feel until weeks and weeks until it's done, random emotional situations. But for this one was very hard. and I have to keep to what I said. I said, was Rick my past lifetime soulmate? Pulled a yes, absolutely. And I said, I know that we promised to be in lifetimes together, but I will not ever be with you like you were in this lifetime again. So I release you from the obligation, from the vows that we placed together. And if you should come to me in the next lifetime because you feel we're soulmates, you have to come to me as a person. I'm sure you have baggage, we all do, but not the emotional baggage, trouble, mess you were this lifetime. Because I want to learn my lesson. I don't want to do this again. And if that means letting go of this man that was the love of my life that passed away in this lifetime, I will release him from those vows because I don't want that anymore for my life. And that is what I got. Okay. I always test these cards on myself and to see how relative they are because I do readings on Keen and I wanted to help not just myself with shadow work, but a lot of my clients who are going through HE double hockey sticks. Sorry, I try not to say the word HE double hockey sticks. I wish I was. I want to tell you that I'm just a human, just like you. And I've had the most rough 4 years. Also, why did I have the fire? We had the fire in 2016. That took my I love animals, and that killed two of my cats. It was a drug addict next door. Who'd burned down my place. I had a car wreck the day after my 45th birthday. And I had then Rick died, and it took me till March to want to even date again. And I want to tell you guys that back in my life, I've been brought a nice man that was my fiance years ago. There was nothing wrong. We just had to part ways because workers' comp they forced him, actually took drug tests and make sure he was taking the medicine from a work injury. And all that medicine was doing was drugging him out. So we broke up for 13 years, and he recently came back into my life and publicly on Facebook announced, hey, I still love you, girl. But he never really went away because we were always friends. So we're trying that now. And, his family has a problem with the males getting cancer, and they usually live with it. He's struggling right now with cancer and a mass on his lung and an untreatable cancer. So if y'all just keep him in your prayers, and he's still trying to work through all this. He's so stubborn, but he was really good to me. And now that I'm looking the difference between Rick and the difference between Tony. Tony's my used to be fiance who were together again. I want to tell you, I can see the differences. Rick gave my bestie advice that pretty much she was being in an abusive relationship with this guy, and he gave her advice that was more on the guy's side. That was not good advice. And just the way Tony talks is totally different. Tony gave me advice to give her, and it was totally about, love yourself enough, get out of that relationship. You don't deserve this. Can't you see that you're the giver? Watch the conversations, stuff like that. So I appreciate him, but I'm scared to death he's going to die on me too. But I'd rather have him for a limited time than not to have that love at all. So, but I love you guys. I am on, if you subscribe to my page, there's free extended readings there and a lot of other advice. And it really does help me out. But I'm doing this because I don't want anybody to feel like I did the year and some that when Rick died during lockdown, I couldn't find any help. Even the suicide hotline was like, sorry, we don't deal with grief. So, and I was bad. I was in a bad way. If you ought to see me on Facebook, I was publicly posting on Facebook because I couldn't go out. I wasn't near my dad. I couldn't get a hug. And I lost it. And a lot of my friends, they really wanted to have me committed, but I've never reacted that way to a death before. I just felt this is my heart and he died. But like I said, so I'm trying to move on from that, trying to heal. And thank you, Kanya. I really appreciate that so much. And I'm really trying to build this channel because I really want to do something special for other people out there who might be feeling alone, to let them know you're not alone. You count, you know. So I'm going to get off of here because I do have to go to work. I work on Keen. And you guys keep in touch and subscribe so we can chat and stuff because I like to talk, as you can see. I'm going to get off here now. See you guys later. Bye.